this is John Miller, and this is my book report on the 21 Balloons. And it all starts off with a man named Professor William Sherman. And he was a school teacher for a really long time, and he eventually got tired of all the mischief. So he decided he would build a giant balloon. This is a hot air balloon. And his goal with the balloon was to live in it for a whole year and just go wherever the wind blew him. And in this balloon, it's pretty cool. Down here you see he has a chair with a reading nook, and he can cook food in this furnace, and his bed is actually made out of, I think it's helium or hydrogen, and that way it just floats up to the top and it will be out of his way, so he has more room, because on a balloon you need to have as much space as possible with as much light air as possible. So on top he has some storage with various food bits, and that is how he planned to stand the air for a year, because he could just throw out all the scraps as ballast. And eventually, though, he was flying. It was probably only a week or so before he discovered a seagull on top of his balloon. And you don't have to use your imagination, but this is a seagull. This is a white with a nose and flappy wings. But anyways, the seagull had actually grabbed a piece of food and brought it on top of poor Professor Sherman's balloon. It started pecking at it and popped a hole in the balloon. So the balloon, which was flying way up in the sky, ended up crashing way over here on this tiny island called Krakatoa. And on Krakatoa, Professor Sherman discovered a man named Mr. F. And Mr. F walked into the island and said, "This is Krakatoa." And Sherman said, "Well, no one's living on Krakatoa, so this couldn't be real." And Mr. F says, "Oh, well, it is real, and we actually have a very big community." And so that's actually what this little area is. This is a village on the previously thought to be uninhabited island of Krakatoa. So these are the inhabitants. And so Professor Sherman got to wondering why on earth they would want to stay here. They said they were tired of the outside world, and they had actually located a very big discovery. So Professor Sherman continued on this tour of the island of Krakatoa, and Mr. F, that's all his name was, decided to take him over to this very unstable ground. And at this point in the book, the ground is shaking uncontrollably, and I can't replicate that in Minecraft here, but we'll have to use our imaginations. Till suddenly he got to the edge of a cave, and it was stable again. So they went inside the cave, and they were astounded by the sheer number of diamonds, pure diamonds, in the cave. So this was the driving force for why so many families had come to live on Krakatoa. It's because of the wealth and how many diamonds they own. And they became so wealthy that they realized they couldn't take the diamonds anywhere else, or else the diamonds would have no value. And that's because diamonds are only valuable because they are rare. But as soon as all those diamonds would make it to the outside world, then the value of the diamond would just drop. So everyone had to stay here with all their diamonds, or else they wouldn't be wealthy. And they realized, though, it was a dangerous area to be living because of the unstable ground. So when Professor Sherman asked why it was so unstable, the answer was, this mountain here is actually a volcano. So it had been dormant, but they always, had to be sure that it wouldn't explode on them. So a few days later, Mr. F decided to show Professor Sherman how an escape would work. So that is where this balloon platform has 20 balloons would come into play, and it would these are actually vats full of helium or hydrogen or something. And these vats would be linked up to all these balloons and inflate them rapidly, and all the villagers and all of the families that were living in the community would stand on the platform and continue to fill up the balloons. And eventually, the platform would break free and be off within 10 minutes. So if the volcano had given a warning, about 10-minute warning that it would explode, then they would actually use this and it would be effective. And unfortunately for Professor Sherman, something unfortunate really did happen, and the volcano Wow, that was bigger than I was expecting. Whoops. But, oh dear, this was also partially destroyed. But the point is, the volcano did explode, but they did have enough warning to get away and get on the platform. And the story ends with all the families parachuting off the platform over various continents. And then the Mr. F and his family, they ended up staying with Professor Sherman until he found the English Channel. And since he didn't have a parachute, he had to land it in the English Channel. And when he did, it crashed and destroyed itself, basically. So he was picked up by a ship and carried all the way back to San Francisco, where he told the world of this, and the